Oh, damn. We're in trouble now. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Second podcast, Freeballing, where our balls are out and the conversations are free.
It's basically the truth.
Okay.
But I don't have balls, so it is.
We know.
Lord.
But yeah, so we are basically, this is our second podcast for the week that we're going to be doing. And it's just basically hanging out with us in the kitchen, just talking about life.
This is true. This all came from Natasha's cousin Hannah, who suggested that we, do a second podcast because, the book review is really, I enjoy doing it, but it doesn't let us be our fun, funky, freshy selves.
Mm-hmm.
So Hannah, all the way in Bradford, England, shout out for that. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Is there words I can't say?
Yes, you can't say. Okay, so we're going to call Natasha a little later.
How exciting.
And
Yeah, she's ready, right? She's
Yeah,
prepped.
I just texted her. She said, she just texted me right back. She said, try to give me warning. I'm trying on clothes. So she has a little bit of time.
She knows that she's not going to be seen.
Well, no, she's leaving for a bachelorette party on Friday.
Oh,
So
okay.
she is getting ready to pack.
So she's pre-planning her packing.
She's pre-planning her outfits because she wants to make sure they fit and stuff like that. So she is trying on clothes for her. They call it a hen party in España, which is Spain.
Why do they call it a hen
It's
party?
that's their version of bachelor and bachelorette party. So it's
Because
a hen.
So do they say cock party for bachelors?
No, I asked that question actually.
Okay.
It's stag. Stag is a deer.
I know that.
Okay.
So guys get to be like a majestic deer and women are chickens?
I mean, if we're gonna literally assign the name to the animal, yeah, you are correct.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to name something? Do you want to name it different? Do you want a different animal?
Yes, I think there should be a raccoon party.
A raccoon party?
How is that any better than a chicken?
Well,
just a bunch of
raccoons-
women swifting through trash.
Yeah, dude, stealing shit.
Yeah, stealing shit.
No, I think they're crafty and they're mischievous and they got little sharp claws. And it's like if you mess with a raccoon, they'll be like,
That sounds violent.
I don't want to go to one of those.
Yeah.
a raccoon party.
Yeah. So she'll be down in Spain, which is a 2-hour, 48-minute flight. I Googled it. And
You're weird.
I'm not weird.
You're
Why?
weird.
Why?
Looking at the time
I
basis.
Google fucking everything.
Why?
I don't know. Just because I'd like to Google. I like to know things.
Mm.
So I'll be like, hey, how long's your flight? She's like, I have no idea. I was like, hold please. Click, 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 click. It's 2 hours, 48 minutes.
And on flight, you will be served a croissant and
Why a croissant?
tea. I don't know.
A croissant and tea?
It's the first thing that came to my mind.
Why?
Because
Because
I
she's
don't
British?
Yeah, I don't think you would get a full meal. I think you would get more like maybe a crumpet and tea.
A crumpet and tea.
I have no idea what a crumpet is.
It's
either.
it's a pastry.
Is
I don't
that
know.
like a biscuit?
I don't know. I've never been to
No, a
England.
biscuit's a biscuit. You know what's
No, a
crazy?
biscuit's a cookie.
A biscuit is a
Your
cookie in
face.
England.
So you know what's
So
funny?
Brady, you can't just throw off facts and then be like, that's wrong.
yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
A biscuit in England is a cookie.
Yeah, because
That's
I
what
watched
I
the Great British
Yeah, that's
Baking
what I
Show.
said.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said a biscuit's a biscuit.
Here,
Yes.
but over there it's a cookie.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's what I said. Anyways, so you know what's funny? A thought came to my mind.
Okay.
You know how they say fish and chips?
Yeah.
So I even asked someone about this, but here's my thought process on that,
Okay.
right?
Think it
so
over.
do you think they call it chips for fries because potatoes are also made out of chips, or chips are also made out of potatoes? So not only are fries made out of potatoes, but chips are made out of potatoes.
Okay.
So do you think that they call it or fish and chips because it's the same potato, and they just made it fries instead of chips?
Well, what do you think they call chips in England?
Crisps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm so confused by
So
what you
yes,
said.
I do believe that is it because I don't think that they have. The potato that they serve with their fish and chips, I don't think is in the form of a French fry shape.
It
is.
100% is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it's literally
it's
French fries and fried fish.
Oh, it's-
You've had fish and chips before. This should not be an alien
But
concept.
I'm just saying, but chips, potatoes, fries, potatoes. Do you
Yes.
think they called it chips because they're potatoes?
Is it kind of like the biscuit and the cookie?
How, in what way?
Because they call cookies biscuits, maybe they call French fries chips.
They do.
But
So-
then they call chips crisps.
They do.
Yeah.
These are both accurate things.
So it's basically fish and French fries.
Yes.
100%. But
Oh.
I'm just trying to get to the nitty gritty of why they call it fish and chips.
Because they're British. They don't have any reasoning behind it.
Because they call chips French fries, or
Yeah.
they call French fries chips,
I know this.
and it
but
sounds cooler.
Okay, we can pivot.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, why? I thought that was. I thought
I'm
this
so
was.
confused.
I
How
thought
are you
it was-
confused?
Same shit. Do you think they looked at the potato and called the potato the precursor to the chip, or do they look at the chip and be like, you know what, this is a potato?
You know what? I think that this was a really in-depth conversation that
Is
you
it?
maybe didn't feel comfortable with because you didn't know the answer.
What do you mean? What answer? What's the question?
Do you like that?
Because you just want to be right all the
What's the
time.
Yeah.
question? I do not want to be right all the time.
The question is, if you were listening to my wonderful...
I could not fucking follow for the life of me. I tried. I really did. I
Fish
gave
and
you
chips.
maximum effort.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
French fries.
French fries.
Yeah. Do you think that they call the French fries chips because they're potatoes? And then chips are also made out of potatoes.
These are both correct. But in what way, in what reasoning when they have?
Potatoes.
Okay, so in that same logic, why do we call them French fries?
Because potatoes.
Do you think they call them French fries because somebody in France fried them the first time?
No, actually, I believe it's a misconception. Let me Google it.
Yeah, that's like an American thing. I think.
It's definitely an American thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I know it after 9/11 in the White House.
Yeah.
They renamed French fries Freedom Fries.
Yeah, that's so
Really?
weird.
Why is it weird?
I mean, that's not weird. I still like French fries, though.
French fries are good.
French fries are good.
Just like French toast, they didn't come up with that either.
No, I think that's
That's
American.
Belgium.
Really?
Yeah.
And the only
It
thing the
says
Belgian got
Americans
was
got-
a waffle.
Yeah. It says Americans got their first taste of French toast. Wait, why did I say French toast? Oh, I typed in French toast.
Master Googler, I see.
Yeah. We're having technical problems with
Actually, I
our...
lied. That French toast came from France.
That's what I thought.
It says, French fries came from Belgium. I misinterpreted. It says, in winter, when the river froze, the fish-deprived villagers fried potatoes instead. It's said that this dish was discovered by American soldiers in Belgium during World War I, since the dominant language of southern Belgium is French, dubbed the tasty potatoes French fries.
Then who came
Or
up with
because
the
they
name
were in
fries?
France? The Belgian...
Literally none of those
Yeah.
were what I just said.
They were,
I kind of zoned out.
Oh my God.
they were in
World War I, American soldiers were in Belgium. Now in
No,
Belgium...
Belgium soldiers were frying it, but were they in France?
Literally, none of that is what I just said. It is remarkable how many things you got wrong from the one paragraph I just read.
I zoned out. I was just listening to your voice.
Oh, okay.
It was like words.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. it's-
Sounds about right. Whenever I talk to either one of you.
Well, sometimes sometimes you have too many facts, and then I kind of zone out.
I just ignore you sometimes.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right also.
Yeah, it's like Robert's talking. I'm like,
You're like, yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is 90% of the time. I'm like, I don't know why I'm fucking talking because you're going to come back to me with the same question to the answer I just gave.
Okay, you know what? And Brandon, you can back me up on this if you want. But when you're trying to explain things to
Okay.
us, Robert,
Yeah.
it would be really nice if you would bring flashcards.
I would have, yeah, I'm
With
going to have to, I
pictures.
definitely have to like spoon feed you guys sometimes.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Are you really good? Okay.
Yeah, I
All
got
right.
it.
You got it?
Yeah, describe something. to me.
Okay. Remember that one time when I was hoping you could set up a computer and I was like, I don't know, send me a picture, and you sent me the picture from top down.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, or like
Yeah.
well, but
well, and the thing, okay.
You were like, the cords aren't working. I go, which cord? You go, this one. And it's like from 5 feet above the computer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you never said specifics.
Oh, okay.
You never
Oh,
said I
like-
want to see the back of it.
yeah, we did a reel and a TikTok yesterday, and about his new tattoo.
It was 2 days
And-
ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
okay.
And he yelled at me for the angle that I was taking the picture.
I mean, if somebody who's got 1 million followers on social media, you think the angle would be something
That's a
that
good
would come
point.
naturally. And you're like, hey, I'll hit him the most unflattering chicken leg angle. She's like, not only am I going to videotape it from under his fucking legs, but I'm going to get the worst angle ever. He's going to look like a toothpick. Toothpick with hairy legs. That's how she photographed me.
With one hairy leg.
With one
One
hairy
hairy
leg.
leg.
With
Yeah.
half a hairy leg.
So
Yeah.
needless to say, after he voiced his displeasure, we retaped that part.
We did.
Mm,
Yeah, it
I'm,
came out
pretty
good.
I'm pretty sure that was fun.
No.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he spit in my eye the other day.
I did.
Dude,
Yeah, I tried to do a TikTok with him, and he spit pretzel in my eye.
It was a big piece. It was like a quarter of a chunk of the little, because it's a pretzel with peanut butter filling.
eh.
And we were goofing off because she buys me shirts that are too small. She buys me women's mediums. And
Why?
she was like, hey, I bought you a shirt. It's got Bob Ross on it. I go, great. And I go, hey, how come my belly button's showing and I have no sleeves? And she was like, well, I bought it in the woman's section, but it says medium. I said, okay, well, those are two different things.
Well, it
And
looked
so
like
this
a
is
man's
not
shirt.
the first time either. She also bought me another shirt.
Pink
that's
Floyd.
Pink Floyd, which is even smaller. And so she was like, oh, we'll make a TikTok, showing all the shirts that don't fit you. And so we're kind of giggling and laughing, and I'm eating pretzels because I'm hungry and fat. And she said something to me, or no, we looked at each other and I started laughing because we were laughing.
Well, yeah,
before
because you
camera.
came in with
I came
kind
in
of holding
like,
your breath,
like
kind
this, like barrel chested, and then she kind of looked. We caught eyes, and I went, like through my teeth, and it was like, oh, Maria, and then like right in her eye, and I saw it leave, and I had like an out of body experience, and I was like, I already know where the trajectory is. I was like Luke in Star Wars, you know how he felt the Force and how it went into the heating duct thing and blew up the Death Destroyer, or the Death Star.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that. It went like that. I turned like that, and I already knew where it was going.
But the thing is that he came in and he was like trying to goof around for like the t-shirt.
Yeah.
So he was like holding his breath
Yeah.
to like make his upper body look good. So when he let it go,
all that force from my rib cage.
He literally looked like an angry llama. He just was like,
There was like a head cock and everything. I got full velocity.
And
It was so crazy because I knew it made contact, but I fell on the ground. I was laughing so hard, and when I looked up, it was still there. It was like the size of like a ballpoint pen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I
Jesus,
felt
dude.
it thunk.
You guys are so fucking.
So that's like a typical day. So yeah, where were we going with this? Oh, so anyway, when I do go thrifting, I find cool T-shirts
In the wrong section.
No effort was taken to go to the men's section.
Yeah.
I went to the men's section yesterday and I didn't find anything, but sometimes they put the T-shirts in the wrong area. So I thought that this two particular T-shirts were misplaced and were men's T-shirts.
And at any point, did you hold them up to your body and were like, "Oh, this fits.
No.
This will work great for my son, who's like 8 inches taller and like 60 pounds heavier"?
No, but I've learned to now do that because I have quite a large collection of
Female shirts.
female.
Yeah.
And I do have a Bob Ross shirt now.
Yeah, probably because it's for women.
It fits really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
You know what's crazy is when we did that TikTok, Mom posted the TikTok, and all the comments were talking about how all the other girls on TikTok have that Bob Ross shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were like, "Oh, I have that same shirt," and I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder why? Because it's a fucking women's medium."
Yeah. Like, because this is the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made for the wrong kind of dude.
Well, now I know not to buy Robert the wrong clothing because he spits on you.
It's true.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, try to describe something to Brandon without flashcards, and then we'll call Natasha.
I don't even know what to describe. What do you want me to teach you?
The anatomy of an ant.
The anatomy of an ant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have an exoskeleton.
Yes.
And they can lift, I think it's like 10 times their own weight.
Yes.
What's an X? Oh, that's where their skeleton is on the outside, right?
Mhm. And they,
Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you're looking at me like this was news.
No, it's not news. Their skeleton literally isn't on the outside. It's just the harder shell.
So you're saying there's a skeleton on the inside?
No, it's just the shell. With goo inside.
It's a shell with goo inside.
It's like a marshmallow over a nice
So they
warm
have
fire.
no bones on the inside.
Well, it's the same with spiders. Spiders don't have any bones. And the only reason they can contract their limbs is because they push and pull blood. They have no legs.
Mm.
Yeah. Or they have no like bones in their legs. It's all blood valves.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like hydraulics.
Oh.
I
So
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
how do you know that?
Because I'm fucking smart, dude.
No shit.
I was just like, huh, really?
Yeah.
And
At least I'm
then-
pretty sure.
And then
If
you
not, the internet
wonder.
lied to me.
And then you wonder why we always come to you with questions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, if you dumbed it down a little bit, we wouldn't ask you so many
All right.
questions.
Give me a question. I'll dumb it down for you.
Why are you looking at me? Come up with a question. I already came up with a question.
Talk to me about. Tell me about a raccoon.
It says spiders have an exoskeleton, an external frame made from chitin and protein with no internal bones. There are muscles inside the exoskeleton that pull on it to flex the legs and bend them inward.
What's a chitin?
Suck on that, huh?
What's chitin?
What's a chitin?
It's like, oh, you chitting me, bro?
No wonder spiders have such attitudes. They're full of chitin.
Yeah, they've got big attitudes.
Okay, so explain to me about a raccoon.
I don't know anything about a raccoon.
Well, there you go.
Explain to me something that you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I did not know that you knew everything about an ant and a spider and nothing about raccoons.
I don't know everything about a spider. I just know that they have no bones.
Well, raccoons do have bones.
Oh, okay,
And they're-
good. Thanks, Mom. Fuck.
I didn't.
You heard it here.
And they're
Yeah.
on
Breaking
the,
news.
And they're on the
Raccoons
inside.
have bones.
I've
On
never
the
knew that.
inside.
Yeah.
Yes, they do on the inside.
Yes.
All right. So what's things that we can and cannot say?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, do we have rules?
So when we call Natasha, Brandon, you
Should
don't
we
have any rules.
should we be paying attention?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom, you have less rules.
Do you
Brandon,
have flashcards?
what? No, I don't have any flashcards. Brandon,
Well, flash.
limit your profanity, and then
Why?
You come off really strong, so try to be gentle.
Well, I don't even come off strong.
Oh my God. I love it when he does the
Yeah.
who me.
No,
Am I
I'm just
the
saying.
drama?
Am
What do
I
I
the
even
drama?
say? I don't come
Okay.
off
Okay,
strong. I'm just
So
like, hi,
I was talking.
I'm Brandon.
I was talking to Natasha.
You have
yesterday.
this. We always know when you know that
Yeah,
what
'cause you
you're
have that
saying is wrong.
stupid
You
ass really
smirk.
Yeah.
I really don't.
It's the Brandon
Yeah.
smirk.
So I was talking to Natasha yesterday. She's like, "What do you got planned?" And I was like, "I got to edit the podcast." And she was like, "Well, how long does the podcast take to edit?" I said, "It depends on what kind of mood Brandon's in. Because if Brandon's in a fucking fiery, like profanity-stricken mood, it takes longer than it should."
You guys have been cursing more than I have on this
Okay,
podcast.
but we do, the
I haven't
the
said
words
shit.
in which we
You just
choose to use are different than the words you choose to use. Admit it.
Well,
You're
I
very
have
liberal.
Without the
You're
smirk.
very
Without the
liberal
with
with
the-
certain words that begin with C and T.
I have a very free vocabulary.
No, it's very central to a certain anatomy part.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's vocabulary.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Okay, unless you own one of those items, I don't think you should say the word.
Like punt.
Jesus goddamn Christ.
You're going to punt the football.
Shut. Oh my God. Fucking pivot. You people are the worst.
I'm just
So
saying.
let's get back to your smirk.
And you wonder why it's been so long before I let you guys talk to Natasha.
Why? But,
Well,
but the
I
thing,
think-
but like, okay, now you're just taking the profanity.
Here, tell Brandon what you said about the hotel room.
No. Okay, so
So
okay.
just so you know, I just want, and for reference, right? I just want you to know that you are not the only one that I'm talking to.
Yes.
For reference, I am talking to Mom, but Mom's a lot more fucking sneaky with her choice of vocabulary.
Yes.
So go ahead, tell her.
Oh, so Robert was picking.
I will be in England.
Yes, next month.
2 weeks next month.
Mhm.
And we are going to spend 4 days in London. Now,
Mhm.
how do you spend 4 days in London? You get a hotel room. I booked a hotel room for London. It's a really nice hotel. And I wanted a
So
second
far, correct.
opinion on if this hotel room was adequate, because this would be my first time meeting Natasha in person. I want to make sure I have a good impression.
You know.
I want to make sure I have a good impression to make sure that she doesn't think I like cut corners or like that, that I'm a stand-up kind of guy. So I say, Ma, get over here. I need your help. What do you think about this hotel room? And she says,
Well, there's not twin beds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so instantly he's like, get out of my room.
get out of my room.
You're not helping me anymore.
Disowned.
Well, yeah. If
Stop.
you had twin beds, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Okay.
I'm just saying. Like,
No, I was very.
It was the way in which she said it.
Yeah, I'm all like, God, there's no twin beds.
Oh,
Yeah.
is there a view?
There is. I didn't realize, but there were some hotel rooms that did not have windows.
Yeah, don't get that one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and then he showed me another one that he was looking at. I'm like, nice hotel room with a view or one with a futon. I think maybe we should pick the one with,
Okay, don't word it like that. There was one bed that's better than the other. There was one bed that was smaller in stature and frame, and the other one was obviously nicer.
yeah.
Get the nicer one.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, we went with a nicer one, but it's nice to have. It's nice to
See,
have.
and I think you took
or-
more offense to my comment than you should have.
Maybe.
Brandon
Or-
wasn't offended.
You purposely just get a smaller bed,
Yeah.
so you have to cuddle.
Great.
Go back to, see if they have bunk beds.
Bunk beds?
Yeah, that's totally taking it out.
What hotel room's gonna have bunk beds?
You can,
How cool would that be?
in New York, they have hotel rooms with bunk
They do
beds
have hotels
because
with
they
bunk
have like
beds.
really small rooms. Because
those are like hostels. Those aren't.
No,
hotel
they're
rooms.
actual hotel rooms. I've looked into it
Are they?
because the whole thing is it's like you don't spend much time in your hotel room when you're in New York because New York never sleeps. So they have like really nice hotel rooms with bunk beds.
Mm.
Are they like in the Hilton?
I don't know if it's the Hilton bunk beds, but they do
Oh.
have bunk beds. Okay, so getting back to Brandon, try to not curse.
You say I come off strong.
Yes.
But
Like
how do I come off strong?
you
if
come
I'm
off like.
Smirky smirks.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
trying
So
to- I'm trying to
sometimes
preemptively?
approaching you would be equivalent to getting double scissor kicked in the chest. Okay.
Oh.
That is the best way to describe you. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll do a role play.
Okay.
Okay. We're at a diner, right?
Okay.
Brandon's walking away. You accidentally you go to put your phone in your pocket. You accidentally drop your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You start walking, not realizing you dropped your phone. I pick up your phone and I start chasing after you. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I
hello.
know how you dropped this. Here's
Oh.
your phone.
Thank you. Can I have my phone back?
Okay. That wasn't how it acts at all.
Oh, okay, let's reverse
because
it. Reverse
only,
it.
Only if it's with.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Here, you be somebody else. I'll be you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you walked away. You dropped your
Yeah.
phone. Brandon, you picked up the phone and you're trying to give it back to him.
Excuse me, sir.
What do you want? Effing C? I can't believe you would talk to me.
I don't even
What
do
a
that.
T this guy is.
You dropped your phone, but now I don't care. I don't even.
Brandon.
No, here's the thing: is
Oh.
that I've dropped a glove before
Oh,
when I
you
was
dropped a
riding.
glove?
Yeah, when I was riding my
Oh, I
motorcycle.
was going to
Okay.
say.
What
Yeah.
are you, a French, like, fucking aristocrat?
when I was riding my
He was
motorcycle.
going to challenge somebody to a duel.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey bud, he's like, you dropped your glove. And I go, oh, thanks man. And then I grabbed it. Don't fucking call me bud, dude. I don't like bud.
So, there you go.
There you go. You know what the whole thing is I think the thing is that Brandon is much nicer to anybody that's not us.
That's true.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You
Or
know.
anybody yeah.
That picks up your dropped glove.
Well, no, you didn't pick it up. You just fucking was like, hey bud, you dropped your glove. I'm like, hey,
Oh, so you're
thanks,
just
man.
being courteous.
Yeah, it was just being nice. But then I was just like, hey, thanks.
Mm.
I was
Don't call me
like,
bud.
exactly when I was like, don't
Well,
fuck
yeah.
me,
Well,
bud.
Robert, you didn't go get your gym membership because the guy called you Bob.
Yeah, he called me Rob.
Rob,
Yeah.
yeah.
He calls me sometimes too. And I ignore his call, and I'm not going to tell him that I don't want a gym membership. I'm going to let him call me.
Dude.
Yeah.
So that means once a day, he wastes 30 to 40 seconds of his life. I'm like, that's what you
Slow-
fucking get. Don't ever call
slow
me
burn.
Rob. Yeah, slow burn.
Slow burn.
I can ignore this shit. You got to leave the voicemail. I'll just delete it. It takes me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, I wonder why Rob is so upset.
His name's Daniel Tiatsu.
Sounds familiar, dude.
I don't know. He works at EOS on Temecula Parkway.
I would think his name would be more like Chad. Like a Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we're going to talk to Natasha.
Yep, we're gonna call her.
We're not going to, you know, in all honesty, I mean, we can't be super, super nice because that's really not
No,
who we are.
Well, I'm not
but-
asking. I'm not asking you guys to be anything other than you are. I'm just telling you to tone down you both. Just lock it down.
Okay, it's really hard to dim the light that is called Lonni.
Yeah, I run
Okay.
100 all the time.
You do run 100 all
Yes.
the time. But to remember that she is willingly agreeing to talk to you both, even though I told her that you don't have to.
See, the thing is what's going to happen, I'm going to call it right now, is Brandon and I are going to have a very lovely conversation about you.
Sure. Well, that's the only connecting factor between Natasha and you guys.
Yes.
I
but-
am the
but what-
connecting factor.
Yeah, but you never like it when we start like...
No, because you guys can be like, you remember when Robert peed the bed until he was 16? Which is not the truth, but
No.
um,
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, so is there anything that you don't want us to mention?
well, I don't know. What would you? Okay, so ring, 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 and she's like, "Hello, fancy this? A phone call?" And I go, "Hey, Natasha, I'm gonna put you on the phone with speaker on the phone with my brother, and my mom." And she goes, "All right, love." And then I hand the phone off to you guys. What is the first thing you say?
Hi.
What the fuck is that? What the goddamn fuck happened to your voice,
I don't know.
Brandon? Who would be
I
willingly
do-
accepting a phone call? That
Hi.
You're like, "Hi, you have a collect call from." Hi. What the fuck?
Well, what do you want me
You
to
talk
say?
normal up until I hand the phone over, and then you turn into screechy fucking box
But
I
he-
monster.
don't know why
Yeah.
my throat
What the
did that.
fuck
I don't
was
know
that?
why my throat did that.
And you're like, I'm just gonna double down and then make this high 3 times as long.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what do you want me to say? Hi, I don't know you.
Okay.
You sound
so,
nice.
Okay, so that is
What's
what
your-
we're gonna try to avoid. Hey, fucking stranger, what do you want?
Well, I don't
and you're
know
like, we
her.
called her. Remember, we have to be the welcoming.
You called her. I
Okay.
don't have her number.
Okay.
See, but the
we are
thing
calling
is-
her on behalf of the podcast,
But-
on behalf
Yes,
of you guys as a family.
I know, but the thing is that, I mean, I have spoken to her, like,
Oh,
in the
so
back.
I'm the only one that
You're
hasn't
the only
spoken.
one.
Oh,
This
that's
is-
cool.
well,
Look at this. Look at this bond.
It's
Look
by
at-
design.
Oh, okay.
So
Because
no.
when I give him the phone, I go, "Hi."
No,
And so
no.
the reason behind that
But-
is evident.
But I've only spoken to her, like, if Robert has a question, he'll be like, hey, Mom, I'm talking to Natasha. What about this? I've never, like, directly spoken to her,
Okay,
so
no,
this will
don't
be
worry
the
about it.
first
You don't
time.
have to cover up your tracks.
So
on
no,
this. I know
but
what's
what
going
I'm
on.
saying is that the one thing that's going to save this whole thing is Natasha.
What do you mean?
She's going to be the one voice of reason.
In what way?
I mean,
We are calling her.
Yes.
yes,
I
know.
asked
But
her
she
if she wanted to be.
voluntarily said yes.
I don't. Well, yeah, I think she's excited
So
to
at
be.
that point, she's already in it.
Yeah,
What do you
she's
mean
a
already
she's
in
a
it?
co-conspirator.
In
Yeah.
what way?
Cool, because you gotta think about it. If she listens to the podcast and everything, she knows
She knows our
how
MO.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if we dial down anything from what we already are,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be a lie.
You don't think you could like baby step into it? You think going 100 and right off the bat is the call?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Well, you gotta think about it. Well, actually, no. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and like I had some exes and shit, and like their siblings like went 100,
Yeah.
and I was just like, they're fucking dumb.
Yeah, and you were like, okay.
That's why I stopped myself before.
Oh.
See, and here, I mean, truthfully, the bottom line is that, you know, we need to be nice because it's important to Robert.
Exactly.
There you go.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what
I mean,
I don't care if
Yeah.
you guys embarrass me. I
No.
really don't mind. Just be nice to her.
Oh gosh, yeah,
No,
no,
I wouldn't be
We would
mean to
never
her.
not be
All right,
nice.
all right.
See, I think you paint us in a different picture than we really are.
You know what's weird is Natasha was saying that her family is like, because British humor is way different than American humor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the British people, they're like really mean. Like their humor is very dry
Yeah.
compared to Americans. And she's already had to tell her family like, yo, he's American, like be nice to him. Which is crazy because you think Americans are like a little bit more like,
We're just crass.
yeah, well, I don't know what crass means, but we're a little bit more, you would think that Americans would be a little bit more like aggressive, but it looks like it sounds like it's British people are way meaner.
And
Really?
crass
Yeah,
is
they're-
like a little bit more unrefined. Like the British people have like a little bit more structure, a little bit more.
Whatever it is, like I guess they're mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so she should fit right in.
But we're not mean. We're very. I think.
Yeah.
I think
What-
generally as a whole,
When they say mean, are you
Yeah.
just saying like mean, just like
they'll make observational jokes about you and then laugh at you.
that's actually pretty fucking funny.
Well, we are from England.
You were from England.
Yeah, you're
And-
white.
Yeah, you're white.
Well, I know, and you are my child, so therefore you are.
We're white by
second gen-
association.
Yes.
Yeah, I got called that someone that was like, "Hey, dude, you Hawaiian?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Nah."
You have a Hawaiian look to him.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you?
what I'm saying. So I'm not white. On
Well,
everything else,
on paper, yeah, you are white.
paper, yes, but on everything else, I'm just whatever people call me.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though. I didn't know that they're so they're just like, "Hey, you're fucking ugly."
No, I don't think they are. I don't think
Oh.
there's a difference between like making fun of and then being mean too.
Well, I
so
mean,
nobody's gonna walk up to the street and be like, "Fucking nerd," but they're gonna be like, "Oh, you willingly wore that today," and then you're like, "Yeah," and then they laugh.
that's actually very
Like
funny.
think of like a country full of who's that British comedian?
Monty Python.
Literally no.
Rowan Atkinson?
No, the one he's always got his coved over hair.
Benny
no,
Hill.
No, not Benny
Oh,
Hill.
are you talking
Yeah.
about the fucking?
He's like that. He's like a little chunkier dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't drive.
Oh,
He's-
he did the like
Benny Hill.
the Oscars or whatever.
Yes, you were right.
I
You
know
were
you're talking
completely
Oh,
wrong.
Ricky Gervais.
Gervais. Yeah,
Yes.
picture.
Well, I am apparently not wrong because I got his.
you got
name.
us there. So picture like a country full of Ricky Gervaises.
That's actually fucking hilarious.
See,
Yeah.
I think you should watch a Monty Python. No, a Benny Hill marathon.
I don't
What
know who
the
that is.
fuck
Oh
is
my!
Benny Hill?
Benny Hill was a comedian in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He was from England, and I can just remember he was, and it's just kind of like that English humor where it's like a little bit more like in your face.
Yeah.
And Papa used to die laughing.
Yep, that's about it.
because he had a really dry, kind of dark humor anyway.
Yeah.
And you should watch it like a YouTube episode,
Benny
and
Hill.
then
Okay.
let me know what you think.
Well, Barbu and I used to watch Jack Benny.
Jack
clips.
Benny is not from England.
I understand he's a vaudeville performer, but Jack Benny was Barbu and I's favorite comedian.
That's cute.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, that's
Do you know that he played violin during vaudeville
I don't even know who
shows?
it is.
Jack Benny is like I would argue like one of the first late night entertainers. Like
Yeah,
late
Jack
night
Benny
reality
was
shows.
before Bob Hope.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's
Kind of
the-
along that
Yeah,
genre.
yeah. He had that. He was like now boarding Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
That was like a running gag.
Yeah,
Huh.
and that was back in the days where it was like radio.
Yeah.
A lot of it was radio, so you had to be funny.
You had to be funny.
because you basically had to paint the scene, paint the picture, and then deliver the punchline.
Yeah, and it was all clean, like because it was in the 40s and 50s, right? So like you had to be really clean, and it's a really cool style of comedy.
Yeah.
Kind of like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
How, like he didn't really say too much crazy stuff. He just made fun of himself the
Yeah.
entire
Did
time.
you
Rodney
know-
Dangerfield was nasty though.
He was
Did you
fucking
know that
funny.
he actually was a failed comedian for
Yep.
like 40 years, and then it wasn't until the manager at a nightclub was like, "Oh yeah, just change your name and try something else, make fun of yourself," and he changed his name to Rodney Dangerfield, and then did the whole no respect thing.
Dude,
So he had failed at stand-up comedy for like 30-40 years.
that's crazy.
You know who was super raunchy was Red Fox.
Yeah, Red Fox is really, really raunchy. He was
Yeah.
like the predecessor to Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or Andrew Dice Clayman.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. He was pretty fucking nuts.
and Sam Kinison.
Yeah.
He was funny.
You know who I really like now is Andrew Schultz.
I don't know. Who
He's
that
like
is.
he's this comedian from like, I don't know, New York or something like that. All he does is crowd work, and he's so funny.
Really?
Oh,
He's like this skinny white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, Andrew Schultz. I'm thinking of someone else. No, actually, I think I'm thinking of the same guy.
Okay.
He has like a kind of crazy like little laugh. He always hits his knee.
I have no idea.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But he's also
So perhaps
funny.
a different guy.
Maybe.
Could be a different
Yeah.
person.
So be nice is basically the gist of it. She's not like the super innocent, sweet person thing.
Wow.
No, she's
I'm just playing with you, Robert.
she's not like this super fragile thing. She'll give it back as much as she gets. But
Yeah. All right,
you know,
we'll put her
don't-
on
don't
standby.
insult me.
Who's more stubborn though, you or her?
Her? 100%.
Hmm.
Because I'm stubborn to a degree. Like
Yeah.
once you wear me down, I'm like, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll do it. Natasha's like, oh, my heels are dug in. Like this is the hill I'm dying on.
Well, yeah, because she's a Taurus.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder if she's more stubborn than me.
Yeah, chances are.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be an interesting stubborn
That would be an interesting stubborn thing.
contest.
I would say equally as much. I would think her maybe more so stubborn because I know how to get you to do shit.
See, but there's a difference between your stubborn. Your stubborn is like, hey, Brandon, you're like, nope.
Yeah.
You don't even weigh the possibility
That's
of
true.
doing something. Whereas I think maybe Natasha's like, you can ask me the question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think about it and then I'll say no. Brandon, you're instantly like, you open your mouth, you're like, nope.
No, Natasha's about the same. She's
Bad
like, I'll
idea.
let you finish before I tell you no, but it's still no. She's like, you can try to explain it however you want, but no.
Okay, so
Makes
for
sense.
example, Brandon, just let me finish my sentence before you answer. And I already know hopefully you don't say what I think you're going to say. But I am going to be booking our flights to San Francisco next month. It's going to be during the week. And I was just wondering if you'd like to take the day off and just hang out with us.
I'm okay.
You
Okay.
sure? We'll be
Yeah.
back by like 7.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I appreciate it though.
All right.
Ken's a really good barber.
I'm good.
I was just thinking it was just more of like a day away and just kind of do like a
You
little
just don't like airplanes. I don't think you don't really like, you're a homebody kind of thing.
No, I mean I don't mind leaving. I just not a big fan. I mean I love San Francisco. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
like, I'm also not a big fan of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would mean that you do not like San Francisco.
It's a 50-50.
Okay, so what would be what's the pros and cons? Give me a pro and give me a con.
Pizza,
Okay.
Mhm.
walking.
You don't even fucking walk in San Francisco. You walk maybe what?
We
5
don't
miles,
walk. We
6
don't.
miles?
We don't
Well,
walk as much as we used to anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind walking. That's not a big deal. But
You
it's
just said
like,
walking was a con.
No, I didn't. And no, I don't know. It's just it's not a thing. It's just like I don't know. Just got stuff to do.
Like what? What do you got planned on Wednesday?
Stream and then play with Pam.
What day is your day off?
Sunday.
Oh, okay. So let's go on Sunday.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and truthfully, the only reason I was just thinking is because this is one of the unique opportunities that
Yeah,
where
no.
we don't have anything, we don't have any responsibilities
Keeping
at
us here.
home.
Yeah.
So I just really wanted, before you say no, I just wanted you to think about it. And if you truly, truly in your heart of hearts don't want to go, I won't bug you.
Yeah,
But
no,
if it's something that you wanted to do, I would definitely, buy a plane ticket for you.
I
Cannot wait to
appreciate
get
it.
the second skin off my feet or my leg.
Huh?
I can't wait to get the second skin off my leg, my
Why'd
tattoo.
you get
Is
a
it
second
itching?
Skin?
No, I just that's just how I like my tattoos to heal.
He always gets second skin.
I like it
Why?
because I don't have to do. Okay, so like here, the pros to it is it's on for 5 days, right? So the healing process is already healing, and I don't have to worry about like my sheets getting stuck to it. I don't got to worry about peeling. I don't got to worry about like it rubbing against my pant leg or anything like that.
That's what will make it peel quicker.
But you don't want the peeling to be quicker.
No,
So-
I know, but I'm just saying.
So the
that
second
happens.
skin is more so like it's
It
like
peels a little bit with
it's
second
a little
skin.
bit, but like it's more of an artificial scab. So the healing process starts as soon as you put the second skin on, right? Because your body reacts to the second skin as it would a scab,
Mhm.
and
I've never even had it on.
it's really cool. Yeah,
He never gives it to me. He's just
I
like,
ask for it every time. He knows that I like it, so I didn't even ask this time. Brian was like, "Yo," I was like, "We doing second skin?" He goes, "Yeah."
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because now the thing is he does it differently than Austin
Mm-hmm.
because Austin will put it on when we leave.
Mhm.
Then he tells us to take it off the next day.
No,
Yes, he does.
Austin did not say that.
Yes, he
Oh
does.
no, he did. He did say that.
Yeah, no. What he does is he wraps it in saran like
Yeah.
regular,
Then we wash it.
and then you wash it, and then you let it dry, and then you apply
Yeah.
the second skin yourself, and you leave that on for 5 days.
Correct. Yeah.
Whereas with
Brian.
he puts it on in the shop, and then
Yeah.
you just leave it on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. It's like the same product,
Mhm.
but you're told to use it in 2 different ways.
Yeah.
And with Austin, he's like, because he packs it so much full of color,
Yeah.
he really is like, I really want you to use this product so it heals in the way I want it to heal.
Yeah. I mean, that makes
So-
sense. I mean, it's, I like it how, like, even after tattoos, the artists are still like, please do this because that's my art.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
our calling card.
Yeah, he's like, and I want it to look like this.
Yeah.
Even though, you want it to look good as well, but I want it to look like
Yeah.
this. I think that's really cool.
Especially because Austin's got a very distinct style of tattooing.
Yes.
It'd be a shame if you like tattooed you really well and you did not care for it, and then
100%.
you walk around with like a really beat up Austin Maples tattoo.
Very true.
Not so much because of his work, but because of your care for it. So I guess this is just more of a reinsurance, and it's nice because like I've really like this. The only time it would really hurt is when I would sleep, because when I'd wake up, all the blood from my body would rush down to my legs because I got out of bed, and then I could feel it kind of like pulsing. But other than that, it doesn't hurt at all. And I mean, I lay on it, I sleep on it, I shower, nothing wrong with it. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty rad.
and it's really fun to peel off. Like if you like peeling like a sunburn or a scab or anything like that, it's like a big one of that, and it feels really cool.
Now, have you
I
ever
love that.
seen like
Yeah.
online where people use a second skin and like it fills up
Yeah.
with like liquid?
Yeah.
I've never had that experience. You know,
With the
I
ink
think
sac.
yeah, with like an ink sac. I think with my last one with Austin, I had just a tiny little bit.
Yeah.
But do you think that people get like these major ink sacs because they have like more trauma to their skin?
No, I think
or
it's
is it just
application.
Really?
That's absolutely. That's how they apply the second skin, right? So, it's so funny you said that because I was thinking about that a couple of days ago because I saw an Instagram or a TikTok post of somebody who had an ink sac. And so basically what you have to do is you put the second skin on just like you would a sticker, right? With a sticker, you don't want any air bubbles or anything like that. Because the tighter it is, the more fitting it is to your skin, the easier the healing process is going to be and the more ink will retain, right? So like what happens is they have this giant air bubble and things like that. And then all the excess like plasma and all the excess like
so it's
ink.
basically seeping.
Yeah, it's basically seeping. Yeah, because the second skin is what you would consider like a scab, right? And if there's that pocket, that's where all the fluid and plasma that's going to be released goes to. So if you just put it on just like a sticker with no air bubbles, there's no plasma for it to go, and I think the
It
healing
heals, yeah.
process is cleaner.
So what I'm hearing is
Yeah.
that you're gonna so say if there was an air bubble, right?
Yeah.
So then would said air bubble kind of push out to make it like a bigger ink?
It
sac?
can. It doesn't grow. I mean, it'll only feel to how big the bubble is, right?
But I've
Because-
seen like where it's like the entire tattoo is an ink sac.
Well, I think that's just again poor application.
oh, okay.
So I had a bubble on this one, and instead of Brian like taking it off and redoing, he used a tattoo needle, a clean cut tattoo needle, popped a little hole,
and then
pushed all the air out, and then it's been perfectly fine.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's all about how you apply the second skin, and I think the reason we had some last with Austin Maples is because we put it on.
Yeah.
And I think this time I'm gonna be a lot more
Careful.
with
Yeah.
my application of it.
That's weird.
Yeah, but it's cool. I mean, I don't even own soap or lotion. I'm gonna get at that today.
Yeah, if you want to just come and hang out with us on Saturday when we go up to LA, you're welcome to join us at then too.
He's got a really cool studio.
His
Yeah, I'm okay.
his tattoo studio is the old
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie
Yeah.
Chaplin movie studio.
Yeah. If you want, you can get tattooed too, because we have the whole day.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want like a cross on your face or?
No, I don't want my face tattooed.
Okay. Well, you know what the thing is that Brandon, if you ever change your mind and you end up wanting to go, you can definitely go.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep on asking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, eventually we'll get you to like us.
We do. Just short bursts.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but that's just the whole thing, and that's the beauty of our family. It's like we just, we respect each other for our own gig.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's just. Is Natasha ready?
Let's look. She says you can call me whenever.
Okay.
She says I've stopped trying on clothes.
Mm.
All right.
Are you
So
ready?
let's give her a jingle. Now she has a lot of tattoos too, Bryn.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's got.
Mm-hmm.
I counted yesterday. I think she's got like 7 or 8. What? Why do you look at me like that?
Schmirkety schmirk schmirks.
I know a lot about her. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, so you're on the podcast, and I have my brother and my mom with me.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I guess we don't need to
Hi.
yell in our
Yeah, you
microphones.
don't need to yell into your microphone.
Well, how else are they gonna hear us?
What?
How
else are they
Well,
gonna
you
hear
guys
us?
can yell because you guys talk really low.
You talk low.
Nope.
You talk really.
You see
talk.
that over there? You see those? How my bars are significantly bigger than yours?
Yes.
That means that I talk louder.
How though? Do I
Because,
talk
you know,
just
because
as
hey,
I
because-
talk just as normal?
No, because what I do is I put my mouth
Wow.
closer to the microphone, like I've told you 1,000 times.
I talk
Oh
normal.
my god! Don't fucking yell. So hi,
Hi, Natasha.
Hi.
I have them both here, and they just want to. My brother and my mom want to meet you a little bit.
Well, I've talked to your mum before. I never talked to Brandon before.
You're not missing.
Doesn't
much.
she have a cool
You have a
accent?
really cool accent.
Right?
You have a cool accent.
You don't need to yell, Brandon.
Well, how is she gonna hear me?
What do you mean? Brandon, can you? Okay, talk normal.
I'm talking normal.
No, you're not. You're fucking whispering.
Dude, I'm not fucking whispering.
Can you hear him?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I gotta talk a little bit away.
Here, then you put this.
No.
Oh my fucking
Would
god.
no, if you put
Here,
it.
You talk right there.
Oh no, if
Oh my god!
what if
fucking
what,
people?
What
Put it
if
in
you
the
just
middle.
like put it right in the middle?
Oh, you mean put it in the middle, which the microphones can't hear?
Oh,
my god,
That's a good point.
Bunch of fucking.
That's
rocket
why I'm kind of
scientists.
moving away from the mic and I'm yelling.
Okay, do that then.
Hi.
Oh my fucking god.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Okay, so hi Natasha, welcome to our podcast. And this is basically a typical interaction of Robert and Brandon. That's their love language.
Yeah, our love language is
Aggressively yelling at each
Yeah.
other.
So yeah.
Robert's in the sassy pony mode.
You sassy bitch.
He is
I'm
a
not.
sassy pony.
All right.
Your Sparkle's the sassy pony.
Sparkles the sassy pony.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
that.
I like that.
Yeah, see, she knows you already. She
Yeah.
knows that you're Sparkles.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any questions for Natasha?
What'd you have for breakfast?
Peanut butter and toast.
Not you, you fucking dumb
okay.
bitch.
That's what she had.
I know, but I'm asking
Oh,
her.
it sounded like you were calling her that.
No, not at all, dude. I like her more than I like you.
Yeah, but I know everything about her.
So really, she had peanut butter and toast for breakfast.
Guaranteed. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, how cute!
That's adorable.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask her something. We called
We
her.
tried, but then you just fucking answered.
All right,
Yeah.
ask her something that I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
very, you're
Ask her
very
something I-
protective. You're like holding the phone to your chest. You're
I'm
like,
holding it to the
He's
microphone.
holding it to his heart.
I'm holding it
Yes.
to the microphone.
Yeah,
Natasha,
all-
you're on his heart.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's
God.
all like, he's got like this protective arm around his phone. He's like, you be nice to my Natasha.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, that's so cute.
Next question.
Well, I don't. Are you gonna answer it?
She had peanut butter and toast.
Well, are you gonna answer it if I ask?
I will not answer it.
Okay.
I'll mouth it.
So what's your favorite color, Natasha?
I didn't hear what you said.
She wants to know what your favorite color is.
Green.
That's what I'm saying. My favorite
Oh.
color is green.
Yeah. So is Brandon's.
Yes. Well, that Brandon,
Better than
that's
brown.
really loud. So, Robert, you're going to have to do a little editing, I think. On,
How about
on
how about this? How about I ask the question, and then I'll telephone it back to Natasha, so you're not screaming into your microphones.
Okay. I guess.
Okay. Or
No, whatever,
here, why don't
dude,
you hold
whatever.
it so you guys are closer to her?
Okay, Natasha. Now I'm holding you to my heart.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so
Can you put it in front of the fucking?
She's like moving her entire body.
My
Oh, let me
god,
have
damn.
it.
Mom, you can't. Well, as soon as I
There.
gave it, good, turn it around.
Oh, there. Okay, so Brandon, ask a question. Or just
Why do I have to fucking ask the question?
okay,
Okay.
so Brandon is the aggressive one.
I'm not
So-
aggressive.
Remember? Okay, so for a reference, we had an entire scheduled plan of what we were going to ask Natasha.
So,
we call
Natasha.
Natasha, and it goes out through the fucking window.
I
Yes.
don't remember what we're gonna.
Okay, so Natasha, when they were younger, Robert and Brandon used to like to put their underwear on their heads and pretend like they were ninjas.
Yes.
Did you ever do
Okay.
it? Did you ever do anything like that?
No, I don't think I did.
Did you ever pretend to be a superhero?
Probably.
Okay.
I can't say that my underwear went on my head, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's like a
I
natural.
think it's a boy thing.
I think it's a boy thing, and I think it's a Robert and a Brandon kind of
Dude,
thing.
didn't we also draw a face on my
Yeah,
butt
probably.
cheeks?
What?
What?
No, we don't.
No.
Oh, never mind. I thought because for some reason I thought I drew a face on my butt.
Okay. No, but
Oh, never mind.
Well,
How-
perhaps you did draw a face on your butt, but that might
How
have
would
been
you-
during your private time.
yeah, maybe it's your alone time.
My alone time, I
Yeah.
I
the
draw.
microphone needs to go close to the microphone.
Well, I was that way she could hear.
Oh, okay.
So if she was talking, I was going to put it back.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm trying to be interactive to help Natasha out.
Oh, okay, great. So remember how we had planned things to ask her?
Yes.
I don't
So
remember.
she's never put underwear on her head.
Correct.
So okay, Natasha, if you were going to have a superhero power, what would that be?
I like to teleport. That'd be a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Okay.
So Brandon's going to Brandon's going to describe the perfect first date.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's what we were doing.
That's what we were trying to fucking do. Not what's your favorite color or what you have for breakfast.
My bad.
Can you hear them arguing?
I completely
Yeah, Robert is so aggressive.
I look at that and I'm not the aggressive
Aw,
one.
Now he's got pouty face. Now
You're
he's
just
pouty.
a pouty pony.
He's
I'm not a pouty pony.
You're a pouty pony.
Oh,
So if he was a goat, he'd be a long-eared goat. Have you ever seen?
yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I remember the podcast where you talking about goats.
Yeah, she listens to
Yeah.
the podcast.
Okay, so perfect first date. The perfect first date. Probably. Get some food. Sit there, chit chat, however you want to talk.
What kind of food? This is the worst first date ever.
No, okay. So either sushi. 'Cause
Okay.
sushi is fucking delicious.
Okay.
And it's an aphrodisiac.
It's an afro. Brady, you know what an aphrodisiac is? What the fuck is
I'm
that?
trying to growl.
What in the fuck?
Aphrodisiac.
You sound like a fucked up motor.
You're a fucked up motor.
Okay.
No, he sounds
So,
like the
get some
Lion and the
oysters?
Wizard of Oz.
He does sound like the Lion and the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, you realize an aphrodisiac is like... Okay, continue.
Yes,
Yeah, I know what an
I think we're all
aphrodisiac-
adults and we know what that
Okay,
means.
so sushi is
Yeah.
not referred to as an aphrodisiac
Oysters
anywhere.
are.
Oyster? What?
Yeah. Or
You think-
strawberries.
You think Natasha and I are gonna go out and get oysters
You know what
and
you guys should
strawberries?
do? You go. Okay, this is what you guys are gonna do. Let me just scratch that.
Okay, scratch it. Can
Restart.
you hear this, Natasha?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So this is what you guys are gonna do. You're gonna go to a blueberry farm, right? You're gonna pick blueberries.
In England.
Oh, it's in England. you guys just said pick a first date. Nobody gave me a time or
Brandon,
place.
where the fuck do you think I'm going?
I don't fucking know. Nobody told me the
you
specifics
know he's
of.
going to England.
I understand that, but I
Okay.
didn't know that if it was like. I'm just thinking of shit near me. I've never been to England, so I
Where
don't
is
know.
there a blueberry
Okay.
farm near you?
Actually, right up the street.
Where?
So go up Rainbow.
Go up Rainbow
Yeah,
to the
go-
blueberry farm.
There's a blueberry farm,
Okay.
and then you can go and pick blueberries.
You've picked blueberries.
I haven't.
Okay.
There's a
But you can't.
lavender farm.
No, that's fucking blueberries.
Okay.
Okay, so continue.
Okay, so if you're in England,
Yeah.
What you
so
gonna
it's his
do?
first date in England.
yeah, let me just figure out something that I don't know anything anywhere. So,
Okay,
anyways, you're
so
gonna walk.
you had an hour to find a first date that we were gonna call the scheduled call to Natasha and then plan.
I completely forgot what we were even
Remember
doing.
how we were talking about flashcards and details?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, so what you're gonna do, right, is
Okay.
you're gonna go to a British sushi restaurant.
A British sushi restaurant.
Yes.
What do they serve there?
Sushi.
They
But-
it's
but-
British style?
No, sushi and tea.
Sushi and tea.
Right,
No, well, that-
Natasha?
Yeah, I like that idea. That's good.
Okay.
So that's a no that they don't do that. So it's more like sushi and water or sake, but I don't.
Okay.
Natasha, how do you say sake in English?
Sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's the same thing.
See, you're bilingual.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
I'm bilingual.
So-
she speaks English.
But she speaks it cooler than we do.
She does speak a cooler
Yeah,
than we do.
dude, I'm really jealous because I wish my voice sounded like that.
They think we have accents though.
Everybody does, dude.
Okay.
Well, we talk.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
so, anyway-
So
oh yeah, that's right.
the
I'm off
fucking
topic.
first date.
I'm off
So
topic.
far, all we've done, Brandon, is have sushi and tea,
So
the
what you're gonna do-
aphrodisiac of England.
So what you're gonna
Oysters
do?
and strawberries.
Oysters and strawberries.
So what you're
That's
gonna
the name
do-
of this podcast episode.
So what you're gonna do, right?
'Kay.
Is you're gonna go and play billiards.
We're gonna play
Do you
billiards.
like pool,
She
Natasha?
does.
Yeah?
Or billiards, I guess you can call it.
No, pool's fine.
All right, perfect. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna destroy Robert in pool, because
Robert, do you even know how to play pool?
Yeah, I've played pool before. I think
So
she's better at it. Than
that's
I
what
am.
I'm saying. So you got to destroy Robert at pool, play pool, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go, and you're gonna go. Do you guys have like chocolate chip cookies?
Brandon, she doesn't live on the fucking moon.
Well, I'm just saying, are they freshly baked chocolate chip cookies? Like, is there like a
Are
little
there
bakery?
freshly baked chocolate chip
Are there
cookies in England?
bakeries that you can just get freshly chocolate chip cookies?
Where would you get that here?
Yeah, there is.
There's
Mrs. Fields
bakeries?
cookies.
Okay. So assume everything we have here is in England.
Well, I've never been there, so this is why I'm asking.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do, right, is you're gonna get.
So far, you've had sushi, and
Tea.
tea, sake,
Oysters and strawberries.
played pool.
It's like you just want me to have diarrhea.
No, because I'm not saying no. What
and then
I'm saying is
you're gonna
playing
have a
pool.
freshly baked chocolate.
Freshly-
You're playing pool,
Okay.
and then you're gonna go get cookies.
Okay.
You're gonna
The cookie
walk.
place is next to the billiards place.
I don't see you guys coming up with ideas, so fuck you.
Okay, so Brandon, why would I have this much food? And then be like, you know what? Let's go play pool. And then after that, go get freshly baked chocolate chip cookies.
You can scratch.
Because those oysters and strawberries are doing a number on
You
my
can
stomach.
scratch the sushi
Okay.
in oysters.
'Kay.
But now you're just doing straight pool, cookies, strawberries, walk.
Okay.
What else is there to do, Natasha?
Oh, you can.
Brandon, you're planning our first date. What the fuck are you asking her for?
Because-
this is you are the matchmaker. Natasha and I are like,
Okay.
Brandon, we're coming to you for a date.
I would
we need
like
your
to-
advice.
yeah.
Oh, you got to go to Big Ben.
What?
You should go see the Queen.
Okay.
No, you can't see the Queen. You can only see the palace. The palace.
Are you gonna go see the?
We're gonna go to Buckingham Palace. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Are you gonna go inside?
They won't let you.
Are you sure?
It's like, can I go in
Can
the White
you
House?
tell them? No, just tell them that you're from America, and they'll let you right in.
Oh,
They
you
will
think so?
fucking
They're,
kill
they're a
him.
little bitter about the whole like revolution thing. So
They're over it.
yeah. So okay. So Mom, Brandon is so far giving me oysters. He's giving me food.
Scratch.
He's giving me food poisoning and pool.
Scratch
you plan
that.
Natasha and my first date.
Okay, so for one thing, you need to go buy her a corsage.
A corsage.
Yes,
the fuck is a corsage?
It's the thing you put on your wrist for like
for
prom.
prom.
Well, I've never been, so I don't know.
Well, that's what it is.
Why isn't it just flower pendant?
Flower pendant? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't go on your lapel. It goes on your
can.
wrist.
What
Oh,
the fuck is a
no.
lapel?
A lapel is the parts of the blazer, the little
Remember
lips.
when Robert said you're a little like at 100?
Yeah. Remember
What's
how?
a fucking
Yeah.
lapel?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You guys are just saying. Why not just say the shirt pocket in the tuck?
The shirt pocket? Because it's not in the pocket, Brandon. It's on the fucking lapel.
You keep saying lapel,
Brandon,
dude.
okay, so there's the jacket. I'm wearing a blazer.
a woman
On the
can-
blazer, they have the little flaps.
Collars.
It's not a collar because it's not around the neck. It goes all the way down. It's the lapel.
You have a collar and a lapel. You have two different parts.
Why
of the
would they
jacket.
just say little flap thing?
Because the lapel sounds easier.
How is lapel any easier than flap
Okay,
thing?
Okay.
so anyway,
We're digressing. We're getting up. We're getting. I'm getting.
corsage,
Yeah.
But a woman can have it doesn't always have to be on the wrist. You can pin it on her chest too.
Okay.
Why not just get her a flower?
She doesn't like flowers. She
Why
doesn't
not?
like receiving flowers.
Okay,
Well, you're not
just
really,
give.
you're
just-
not really giving
oh,
her flowers.
got
You're giving
it.
her a flower bracelet.
No. Here. I got it right.
Okay.
You're gonna give her a chocolate kiss,
I'm gonna give her a chocolate kiss.
but then you're just gonna kiss her.
So a kiss.
Here's a kiss. Mm.
So I'm baiting her in with chocolate, and I'm taking the chocolate away, and then I'm kissing her.
Yeah, and then give her chocolate
You're gonna
after.
lure in
I'm
with,
gonna lure her with chocolate.
with the hopes of chocolate.
I'm just
But
gonna
then-
surprise her with
but then
kisses.
you just
Brandon, that's assault.
That's
that
not
would make me
assault.
go to jail.
That's not assault.
Are you sure?
You guys like each other, so it's chocolate.
If you show up, so when you get off the plane, if you have chocolate lipstick on,
Yeah.
Well, that's going too far. That's pre-baby.
So, okay, so just so
Yeah.
that's going too far. So let
Yes.
me just make sure your plan is to hold out a chocolate kiss. She goes to reach in for the chocolate kiss. You pull the chocolate kiss away, and then you actually kiss her.
Yes.
Okay, assault.
That's not. That's not assault.
Natasha, are you okay with this plan?
Yeah, you know what? I think we should find Brandon a British girlfriend.
I think we should find Brandon a British girlfriend.
Yeah, because that sounds great. I think someone would like that.
yeah.
Are you okay with getting a British girlfriend?
Yeah.
Natasha, do you have any single friends that don't mind Brandon?
What the
Yeah.
fuck? It sounds like I'm just some random fucking guy.
Okay, do you have any British friends that would want to date my brother?
Yeah, of course I do.
There you go.
There you go.
What do you? Okay, so this is better. Instead of you planning the world's worst first date, how about you tell Natasha what you guys are looking for, and Brandon what you're looking for in a girlfriend, and then maybe Natasha knows somebody. So, what do you
Well,
look?
I never got a chance to say my.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we have the corsage.
You have a corsage.
Okay.
And then you're going to go pet otters.
I don't think.
Are there otters in England, Natasha?
Probably.
There you go.
It's not a no.
Go to the countryside.
Because nothing just is more like heartwarming and beautiful than an otter.
Okay.
And you've already given her a corsage, which
Okay.
means that she's special.
Okay.
And then you just get to bathe in the essence of otter.
Bathe in the essence of otter. It sounds like we're swimming in otter pee.
No. No. But we should go swimming with otters. We should have Natasha.
I've swam with otters.
I
They're
know.
really fun.
I know. We need to have Natasha come to the States so we can swim with otters.
Actually, I can 100% do that.
I know, and I would really like you to do that.
Okay.
And apparently, we have to have Natasha come for you to finally set it up so Brandon and I can swim with otters too.
Did you know that they're actually making animatronic dolphins so that they keep dolphins away?
I'm okay with that.
Like they're actually making like AI dolphins.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry.
We're going to put a pin on that. That's
Yeah,
really
that's right.
interesting. But remember, we're calling Natasha. We're not
That-
talking
yeah,
about
sorry,
robot. We're not
Natasha.
talking about robot
Yes.
dolphins.
Robot dolphins. So that would be my first date. And
Okay.
then you have to have like a carriage ride.
A carriage
through
ride?
a park.
But she's England. She's from England. They have carriages everywhere.
Then that would be ideal.
Wait, they also have it in New York.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I was thinking of something like a carriage ride through like Central Park.
I
It's
don't-
really
Mom, we don't
romantic.
live in Central Park.
Yeah.
I know, but you're gonna.
We're in
be
England, motherfuckers.
I know. You're gonna. They have carriage. Natasha, is there carriages in London?
Yeah, probably.
Then there you go.
She
So-
wants to say no so
I
bad,
know.
but she's trying to be nice to you.
I know.
Just call us idiots if it's like.
You know what would be ideal is if you could call ahead and reserve an otter in your carriage.
You kidding me? That thing will fucking.
Sounds oddly sexual. There's an otter in my carriage.
Jesus Christ! And
And
you're
here's-
telling me to
yeah,
calm down.
And here's,
Well, somebody has
my
to.
chocolate kiss.
Yeah, here's my chocolate kiss.
Okay, you can't tell me that that's not
Okay,
a good
Okay,
idea.
so yeah, Brandon, describe your.
Well, hang
perfect-
on, Natasha. Which date would you want to go on, Brandon's or my mom's?
I like them both.
Or maybe you can combine the two. I mean, we didn't really give a very long.
We'll put
first
chocolate
date.
on otters.
And kiss otters.
Okay, if y'all end up in jail, it's a long plane ride for
Okay.
Brandon and I to go bail you
Yeah,
guys
that's true.
out.
Would you ever come to England?
For a prize.
Okay. So let's go back to talking about your ideal woman.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Well, I don't
So,
know.
yeah,
what do
like-
you want? I don't
okay,
know,
so-
dude.
so-
Someone.
Okay, so we're doing an infomercial, a Brandon Pike infomercial.
How about this? How about, Mom, you and I describe a girl and see if that's something that Natasha can hook up for Brandon?
Okay.
Boobs.
Okay. See, that's why you're not in charge.
What?
Brady, you can't can't be like, what are you looking for in a girl? And you can't say boobs.
Why?
What do you mean, what? Natasha, would that work? Do you think that's a good...
Well, I think we need to have more to the
Personality and boobs.
So person and tattoos.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are there a lot of tattoo people in England?
Yeah, there is actually.
Okay.
There you go. So we're getting there. So a girl with boobs, tattoos, and a good person. I mean, see, the thing is that with Brandon, I think is attracted to like. I think you're attracted to like the nice girl.
Yeah.
You know.
Natasha knows loads of nice girls.
Yeah, but just kind of like, you know, you don't, I mean, and this is just me speaking, and maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, you can say that, but just kind of like because you've led kind of a harder life, I think you kind of like maybe more of a, like kind of like a, more of a, like not even domestic, you know what I'm
I don't want a
to
domesticated.
No, but I just
Yeah,
meant
you
like.
can pay for that.
I just,
Yeah,
I
dude.
just don't think you like the,
You want an arranged marriage.
no, what I'm trying to
Well,
say
I
is
mean,
like,
unless they're fucking millionaires, then hell yeah,
Like-
dude, sell me.
you're not looking for like a crazy party girl or something
No,
like that.
no,
That's
not
what
at
I'm
all.
saying.
No, yeah, I was like, I don't really give a shit about partying, so I'm not a big partier, nor drinking. So it's like, but I mean, I don't mind if they drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I really don't care.
Okay.
So Natasha, kind of somebody like you,
Yeah.
like another
That's fine.
version, like another version of you.
That's fine. I can find that.
Yeah. So you guys want to ask Natasha anything else? Because we didn't really, realistically, we called her to ask her a bunch of questions, and very little questions have been asked.
Because you guys were no.
Ask her a
you-
question then, Brandon.
I was asking questions,
ask
and then
her.
you're like, no, we gotta stick.
Well,
to
because
the
I thought the
cards.
first date thing was going to go better.
You
It
can't
was
tell me that
perfectly
chocolate.
fine.
Chocolate covered kisses with
And
no
otters.
chocolate and otter fragrance. What is it? Otter essence.
Otter essence. What is wrong with that, Robert?
Well, I don't
Okay, you're asking us.
Okay,
to-
then
to-
Robert, what is
your-
your?
yeah.
Oh, you want to know
Okay,
my
And then
Let's
let's know
hear it.
Natasha's.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Yeah,
Natasha.
Natasha, I'll tell you mine and you tell me
Yeah,
yours.
I want to hear Robert's too.
Okay. So here it is. I'm in England. Do. Wait, that's America.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're gonna fit over. You're
Yeah.
gonna fit well over
I was
there.
gonna get Natasha and I this button-up shirt. Half of it is America flag. The other half is the English flag.
You're gonna get the shit kicked out of you.
By who?
That's a good point.
You know who I'm representing both sides. I'm
Okay, so
extending
now we
the
know
olive
what you're
branch.
wearing, but what is the
Okay, so I pick up
date?
Natasha in my half American, half English flag shirt, and in this scenario, I'm picking her up from the subway, and I'm like, "Hey, hello. And then
Now, does she already have her shirt?
There's subways.
yeah, there's subways everywhere
Oh.
in London. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So and then I hire a mariachi band to follow us around for me to show my affection to all that are listening in a 3-block radius. So. And then like that, right? And then so for hours at a time, right? I mean, restaurant, mariachi band, and then we're walking to coffee, mariachi band, and then we're going to like a theater, mariachi band doesn't stop playing during the play because I want everybody to know, and then meanwhile, right? There's gonna be I'm gonna hire one of those theater actors who didn't get like the lead role to pretend to like mug us, and then I'm gonna fight him off to demonstrate my ability to protect, all while the mariachi band is playing, and then we go get like
Sushi.
yeah, then we go get oysters and strawberries.
That doesn't sound any better than mine.
What do you think?
I know. I mean, I like Otters better.
Which one, Natasha? Who wins?
You know what? They all sound the same.
Pretty fucked up.
Okay, see, here's the thing. And in reality, I mean, I know we joke around a lot, but
Yeah.
Robert, in all honesty, would you like to just like pick her up and like maybe go to a museum?
Yeah,
I mean,
we are
in all-
planning on going
in
to a
all
museum. We're going to
hon-
the British Museum of
I know
Natural
we
History.
joke around a lot, but I mean, this is just kind of important.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I'm just saying. I just said we're okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to pick her up. I'm going to fly to England.
So you're gonna fly there, pick her up
Yeah.
in your car.
No, okay. Well, let me finish what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm going to fly.
meet
Okay,
her.
motherfuckers. I'm going to fly there. I'm going to take the subway to the hotel. I'm going to check into the hotel. I'm going to shower because no one lets a stinky plane baby. And then I'm going to walk the 15, 20 minutes or whatever to her connecting of the subway. We're going to go back to the hotel room. She's going to drop off her stuff. And then we're going to have like our official first date.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So have you all planned, like, have you planned any activities?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We
like
planned.
a museum?
Yeah, we're going to the British History of Natural Museum thingy the day after, and then we're going to do a bunch of touristy things on the day after that. And then we're going to go back to where she lives, and then we're going to do a bunch of things with the family and things like that.
Oh, very fun.
Like play Yahtzee.
Natasha, do you have Yahtzee?
I've never played it.
Yeah, they have different Monopoly over there too. They have a Monopoly museum.
Why?
I don't know. Natasha said the same thing. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Do you like the Monopoly? You want to go to the Monopoly museum?
Not really.
Okay, because
conclusive maybe.
I'm pretty sure, Natasha, it's going to end up like the Star Wars Museum.
What do you mean?
So you might want to Google that before you go. Because the
Yeah,
Star
no, I'm
Wars,
good with that.
yeah, the Star Wars Museum was literally an office with a Wookiee.
They have things.
Yes.
All right. So then, what's your first date,
Yeah, let's hear your first date.
Natasha?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody gets a turn.
Oh, no. Now you're putting me on the spot.
You can say Otters.
Don't say Otters.
Yeah, I like Otters.
Yeah, but that one's already dibbed.
So are you guys going to go to the zoo or anything?
They
Do
have
you
one there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I also heard that England is very haunted.
Yeah, we're gonna go to dungeons and shit.
Hell yeah.
See, Brandon perked up. So find him a guy. No, find him a girl that likes dungeons and scary
If
stuff.
the guy's rich, sure.
Yeah, there's a down a couple of blocks away. There's a Jack the Ripper museum.
That's pretty dope.
There's a museum, yeah.
Yeah, there is near our hotel.
It's scary.
Have you
though.
ever been, Natasha?
No, I haven't been to the museum.
Do you like things like that, or is that kind of like, ugh?
No, I do. It was my idea to go to the dungeons.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
So now you're going to have to hold Robert's hand the whole time.
Yeah, I've had to convince him for like 2 months.
Yeah. It's definitely been a trial.
Okay. Well, I'm really
Yeah.
glad to see that he is. He's going outside of his comfort zone.
I'm bringing a flashlight.
Why? You fucking nerd.
You have it on your phone.
I'm bringing like an LED torch
Why?
because it's
You
scary.
should bring your
My headlamp.
Your headlamp.
Yeah, I will. Or, no, I'll bring the GoPro and I'll pretend I'm on like ghost encounters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking you if you do that.
It's a smart idea.
We went over one time in San Francisco. We went over to Alcatraz looking for ghosts.
There's
And
nothing.
There was.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I didn't feel.
It was really
anything.
cold.
Yeah. It was Alcatraz. You're on an island in the middle of the fucking
I
water.
didn't say anything in particular. I
said it was cold.
and I was commenting on the weather.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
cold.
when Natasha comes out, you should take her to go see the Queen Mary. That's supposed to be haunted.
Wait, do you want to go to? Wait, yeah, that's the Titanic sister ship. Do you want like stuff like that? Like, wait, we're going to do more ghost stuff?
Nice.
Natasha, when you come out, would you like to see something like that?
Take her to Catalina.
Yeah, but I don't think Robert would.
Right.
I'll do it.
Take her to Catalina.
Okay, so the problem with that though is it's haunted and filled with elevators, and I hate elevators.
Take the stairs.
Take the stairs. You know what? You know, another really haunted place around here is the Hotel del Coronado.
Coronado. Yeah, I guess
Down
there's like a
San
lady.
Diego.
There's a lady in a white dress that you
Yep.
can see in a certain room.
Yeah, I guess it's like really popular. It's like a really famous ghost thing that I did not want to tell her about. So thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh,
Hey,
that
it's
sounds fun.
Coronado Island in San Diego. Just to let you know.
Yeah. So the Hotel del Coronado, it's a beautiful hotel. In fact, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Some Like It Hot with
Yeah.
Tony Curtis and Jack
I
Lemmon.
love that film,
Love the
Marilyn
movie.
Monroe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually filmed
Yeah.
it. That's the hotel that they filmed that at.
Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah, and maybe you all can like rent a room or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, like spend the night there. That would be really cool for you.
Yeah, I actually spent the night with this one girl over in a hotel, and the room kept. So the room had motion sensor lights,
Yeah.
and the light kept turning on and off.
Really?
Like, but we weren't standing up or doing anything, but the light was just continuously. She's like, and then we went over to like the front desk lady the beginning of the like next morning. She's like, yeah, no, that room's haunted. Like we have somebody else here that like sees a smoking ghost and just all this shit. I was like, oh, thank you for telling us this
Yeah,
now.
thanks for that. Yeah, and it's real. And the Hotel del Coronado is real close to like Seaport Village,
Yeah, San Diego.
and that's like a really cool like little like a little outside little venue where they have a merry-go-round, and that's kind of cool. And you could do
Come to California, we've got a merry-go-round.
No, and then you can go over to Balboa Park too,
Yeah, we
where they
could
have
go.
the museums and stuff over there.
Yeah.
See, it's really easy for us to plan your first date here, where we know stuff, and we don't have to make up stuff because we have no idea what's over
Everything we have here is in England.
there. Okay, I did not know that. Do you have merry-go-rounds?
Oh, this would be fucking great. Brandon, tell Natasha about your chip theory.
Oh, about well, I already asked someone else about it. But anyways, so okay, so Natasha, French chips and fish, right?
Fish and chips.
Okay.
Chips and fish doesn't matter,
Yeah,
dude.
you have to put the fish in front of the chips.
You can do it either.
Natasha, do you have to put the fish in front of the chips?
Well, we say fish and chips, but I know what you meant.
She's
It's
too
I'm dyslexic, whatever. So, so when you do fish and chips, what do they call it chips because it's potatoes? And potatoes are also fries, but then they also make chips out of potatoes. So technically, because I know chips are crisps, so I know that. But what I'm saying is that why is it that you call them fish and chips instead of fish and French fries? Or did they just call it chips because again it's potato and potatoes are also chips and fries?
No, it's different. French fries are like thin and yeah, they're French fries. Chips are like thicker chunks of potatoes. It's different.
I am so surprised she understood anything
She
you were
did,
saying.
She
and
knows,
she
because-
And she answered it correctly.
Yeah, I know
Because
because
I fucking was so lost.
no, dude, because the French fries are the smaller little ones, and then the chips are the bigger, thick, like steak fries.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at me, look at my fucking.
You're-
Ooh, you go boo boo. You guys are just all laughing at me.
She's a keeper.
I like her, yeah.
She speaks Brandon.
She does speak Brandon. She's a Brandon interpreter.
Yeah. Well, Brandon will be, the next time you try to describe something, we'll have to call Natasha and
Yeah.
you can tell her, and then she'll repeat it back to us in a really cool accent.
You guys know what I described.
No, I really honestly was lost.
How are you lost when the two concepts of a food is the same ingredient, but they made it differently?
Yeah, but the whole thing is like I didn't realize like with fish and chips the chips were like you said
Steak
like
fries.
steak fries. So now it makes absolute sense. So
Yeah.
Natasha, well done.
Thank you.
See,
Knowledgeable.
Brandon needs a British girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. I will second that motion.
Yeah. So you guys have any more questions for her before we let her go?
No, I just think it's really cool. But I personally think you should let Brandon and I plan at least
No,
one day.
no.
At
Yeah.
least one day.
We do have like a couple of days that are free for planning. So
Yeah. Do
feel
you
free.
like putt putt?
Natasha, that was to you.
Natasha, do you like miniature golf?
Well, like what?
Miniature golf?
Miniature golf.
Putt putt.
Yeah, I do.
You guys can go putt-putt golfing.
I know Robert doesn't.
I just don't like the concept of
Putt-putt.
yeah, the golf thing.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't even like little baby golf?
I'll
Just
baby
bet.
golf. Beg?
Bet.
Bet what?
Whoever wins.
Bet whoever wins what?
Okay, so like a kiss or a hug.
Apparently, I'm
Somebody-
tricking her into doing both. So
Well, okay, I'm just saying, dude. This is there's nothing wrong, and it's not assault.
It
if it's with someone that you like, and it's
Okay.
and it's just like, hey, here's a kiss, and then it's real cute just to go.
So you think that when I meet her first time face to face, I should trick her right off the bat?
No, when you get more comfortable.
Oh. So-
When your sassy pony wears
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
then you're gonna have
So
to
once the
trick her.
charm fades
Yes.
and the romance is dead, I should trick her with sweets and
Never
kisses.
said, well, if the romance is dead, that's on you. What? I'm just saying, that's on you.
Okay, so Brandon, I personally think maybe you should take Robert to lunch before he goes and just kind of give him some
You should
tips.
practice. I'm going to practice the chocolate and
No,
kisses.
you
on
need to. You
I'm a
need
great
to.
kisser.
You need to give him some tips on how to be charming.
Yeah, take me to charming school.
Hi.
Great.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, you already sound charming.
Okay.
Well, not like that. You just sound like an idiot.
Okay, we all know you sound charming. Now you just need to follow through and
You
be
just-
charming.
yeah.
I need to go to etiquette school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, put this toilet seat down after you potty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
See, I've lived with women, so I know.
What a fucking backhanded compliment.
I'm just saying, dude. I always put the seat down if there's a woman in the room.
Yeah. If you have to toot, you should leave the room.
Toot?
Oh, I don't. Fuck that.
Natasha, what's the rule on tooting?
You know what? I don't even want to talk about it.
Just let it
Okay,
rip.
I will interpret that and don't fart. in front of
She said, "Let it rip." I heard her.
Yeah, I heard it.
I'm just saying, there's little edges that we can soften up for you, Robert.
Great.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys got your work cut out.
Yeah. So Natasha, when you come, Brandon and I will we will collaborate and we'll come up with one day. We'll come up with one date for you.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's
Yeah.
because I spit in the mic.
Yeah. And it will include definitely you have to take her to Hotel del Coronado
We
now,
will.
especially since she likes
I told her
that.
basically you've already planned her whole trip out here.
Yes, and a lot of it involves me.
You can tell.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like it.
See?
Yeah.
No, you know what should happen?
I'm just
You
kidding.
should stay in a hotel room. And then
Yeah, you can ship me off. I'll take a vacation.
No. No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to hand you back to Robert now.
All right.
bye,
Well,
Natasha.
bye. Thank you for letting us call you.
It's okay.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of your podcast.
I appreciate you. I'll text you right now.
Okay then.
Bye, Natasha.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you as well.
Oh, I hung up on her.
Fucking dick.
I didn't do it on
Class.
purpose.
She's all
She'll
like,
hear this and she'll know that it was an accident.
yeah. So that's pretty cool. Now we have a girl in the works.
What do you think
for
about her accent?
I like that.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's real thick.
Yeah.
She, what the whole thing is like whenever I've spoken to her before, it's really cool because you just don't feel like you have to
Yeah, there's no like
faults or
yeah.
It's nice.
It's kind of cool. I was talking to her this morning, and it's obviously long distance relationships are kind of rough, but also at the same time, I think there's a lot of pros that people don't that overlook. I think people focus a lot more on the absence of like physical proximity, and they don't realize all the pros that go with it.
100%.
Like I was messaging her, a little bit today and a little bit yesterday too, but like the fact that her and I are so far apart, like it really forces you to be as involved as you can in their life. Like we call all the time, we text, like I want to know everything about it. And it was interesting too. I don't want to air out dirty laundry or anything like that, but I think with my previous relationships, like with the girls before, I was always really self-conscious if they went anywhere without me,
right.
because I was convinced
were cheating.
that they would be cheating
Yeah.
or talking to somebody else. And so it was true in a lot of cases, especially with my previous girlfriend, that like she would be like, she'd go to the fair with some guy, and like I knew that she was up to something. And so like there was always like that seed of doubt, like if she's not with me, she's cheating kind of thing.
Do you realize that both of your last girlfriends did that to you? Because I can remember both of them like throwing it into your face to the point where they would like come over and get ready at the house to go out without you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like,
My ex never did that.
No, she's
Yeah.
talking about my previous two.
Oh yeah,
that-
yeah, yeah.
it's
Oh
both
yeah,
of-
yeah, yeah.
his
Yeah.
2 previous ones. And I remember I was drinking during the
You're
first
one of them,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're sober in the other.
And the first one, I landed into her. I mean,
That's
and,
right.
Yeah, and it was so funny because I remember that was when I was really into Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And I remember Gemma, the mom.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to channel my inner Gemma, and I
Yeah.
just landed into her because I wasn't going to let her do that to me.
Yeah, no, it was really rude. And it's funny too, because like, I feel like, especially too with certain people in certain relationships, right? Because all they have is that, oh, you're super close to me and you're willing to date, I'm just going to date you kind of thing. And then there's not really like that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people like are afraid that like once I'm not like in the vicinity, you'll forget about me and you'll start cheating kind of thing. And I think with this long distance relationship, we don't have that kind of thing. And so it's more of just like, you really have to trust the other person, however far they are away. And it's it's a really refreshing, really cool experience to be in.
Yeah. Well, and also too, it's like the only thing you have is to work on your foundation of getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Because that's really all that there is. And
For sure.
it's really cool to watch it. But I got to tell you because we've all had really bad relationships.
Yeah.
Once you come across somebody where you can actually be yourself and you enjoy being yourself, I mean, it's a cool
Yeah,
thing.
it's really fun. There's no gimmicks.
Yeah.
Right. Like that, and that's the cool thing too, is like, I can't speak for her, but I mean, I've never pretended to be, anything other than who I am. Like I've never talked to any of my other past relationships about my bathroom experiences or, or anything like that. And the fact that she takes an effort to like be a part of your guys' lives too, even being so far apart, is really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? And truthfully, I love the fact that, like seeing you find somebody, and Brandon, I know that you will find somebody, and I absolutely celebrate that. And it's just something that I'm really happy to see in you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a cool chick.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm not, I personally, for myself, I don't think it's right for me, but that's just where I am in
Did you
life.
tell Brandon about the Phil Collins Dante thing? I was playing Phil Collins this morning as we were cooking breakfast, and I put on, Something in the Air Tonight, because I like that song by Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Remember Dante?
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, do you remember Dante?
Okay, well,
So
bringing
for
up
everybody
Dante.
who's listening, Dante was one of their first tattoo artist. He was my tattoo artist, but I also dated him for years.
He was a really, really good guy.
He was a really, really good
cool
guy. And he was and I was telling Robert, whatever maternal instinct he had, he gave to you and Robert. I mean, it's
Me and Brandon. Yeah.
you and Brandon.
Yeah. I think she was talking to you.
Yeah.
Or you.
No, she's talking to you. You
I
and
was
Robert.
I was actually talking to both of you
Yeah.
because I know that he absolutely loved you.
Yeah,
and he
was definitely not. If you want to talk about Brandon not being approachable, he was the most unapproachable.
He was
person.
the most unapproachable person I've ever met. And I got to tell you, being in a relationship with him was hard.
Yeah.
But I know
Not in the sense of like he was mean or abusive.
No.
Or
He was
anything.
the
Yeah, he was the
nicest
guy.
nicest, most caring person ever in the world.
no, but it was I had to. How can I put this? I knew he loved me. It was just hard. Loving people was hard for him.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
as much as he could love somebody, I know he loved me.
Yeah.
But so Robert, this morning when I was cooking the bacon, he puts on a Phil Collins song. And Phil Collins always reminds me of Dante because he told me that he hated Phil Collins, like hated him. And I'm always like, why do you hate Phil Collins? How can you hate him? He goes, I lost my virginity during a Phil Collins song and the girl cried. He goes, I fucked her to tears. And he goes, and I remember sitting there and he was like, was I that bad?
Yeah.
Was I so bad you had to cry? And he goes, and the only thing I could hear was Phil Collins just playing in the background. So every time he heard a Phil Collins song, it took him right back to that moment and he never forgave Phil.
Yep.
Dude, that's so fucking
Yep.
funny.
Yeah. So now every time I hear a Phil Collins song, I think about Dante and I crack up,
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, yes.
you know? Yeah. Yeah. So it's, you know what, I know that we talk a lot, you know, how sometimes it's like we haven't had the best people in our lives.
Yeah.
But we've also had some really cool people.
We had some really good standout characters. I mean,
Yeah.
Dante was I'm obviously, like, you know, everybody's got their problems, but, you know, Dante had a lot of burdens, but he never like put those burdens on us, or he never took it out on anybody.
Mm.
You know, he didn't have a lot to give, but what he had, he gave it to us.
I think that you just said it perfectly.
Yeah.
He didn't have much, but whatever he had, he did give.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he drove, he drove me to Vegas for my 21st birthday, and I spent my 21st birthday with him. And, you know, I know he took Brandon, you know, he hung out with Brandon a whole lot, and, you know, he's just a good guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he cared about you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't hang out much, but some stuff happened, but then that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but even that was like he was
Oh,
doing
no,
what
because he did it out of what he wanted
Yeah.
to do. Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he just didn't want you. I mean, and what we're talking about, and it's really not that big a deal, but marijuana is legalized
he
in
took me to get my
California.
medical
Took you to get
marijuana
your green
card.
card.
Yeah.
No, my green card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Took me to get my medical marijuana card, and then took me to a dispensary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what in his mind, he didn't want you doing that on your own.
Yeah.
And he wanted
100%.
to be there with you, and he thought it was important that, you know, you didn't do it on your own.
Yeah.
So for him, that was like, hey, this is my act of maternal guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You know.
And Mommy's even saying that, like, Dante, although wasn't in our life for long, or, you know, he was, you know, for a couple of years, sure, but, you know, he was more of a father figure than actual dad was.
Yeah, dude. We liked him. I liked him a lot.
I liked him a lot.
I had no reason not to like him, and he was just a good guy.
Well, he wasn't trying to prove anything.
Exactly.
You know, he was just like, hey, dude. You know,
Yeah.
he came at you like an equal,
Mhm.
and, you know, he wasn't trying to, like, hey, I'm your dad now, or he wasn't trying to be like, hey, like me. He was just like, hey, dude, like, I get it.
Yeah.
See, what you guys don't know is because a lot of times, I mean, a lot during our relationship, he traveled.
Yeah.
You know, he was in Amsterdam. He did a lot of guest spots around
The world.
around the world.
Mhm.
And so, like your relationship with Natasha, the
Mhm.
only thing we could do was talk.
Mhm.
And he always asked about you two.
Yeah.
And I always had to fill him in on your lives and what you were going through.
Yeah.
And a couple of times, I know, like in the relationships that you would be, I would like be like, oh, he'd be like, Lonnie, don't worry about it. It ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
He goes, it's like a mid-season Thursday episode on CBS. You know, he goes, we all know it's just they're putting it there, but it's not going to be around for long.
Yeah.
And so it was, even though I was alone, you know, I actually turned to him a lot during
Yeah.
those times for advice for things like you guys were going through. And he
Yeah.
was always there and he always listened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was a good guy.
Yeah. And he was always the voice of reason because I'd be
Mhm.
like, "Ah," and he'd be like, now, Lonnie, don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was always, he never pulled any punches either.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
he was my last real boyfriend.
Yeah. And I think also too, I mean, like, X is my best friend and he lives in North Carolina. You know,
Mhm.
he's been my best friend from across the country for since I've been 13. So, like, distance isn't really a big factor for me, and I forget that sometimes it is to other people.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, sometimes people are, you know what, again, it's like just because we're told like a relationship is supposed to have this element, this, and this. And
Yeah.
this is what makes a good relationship.
Mhm.
And we're the type of people where we're like, well, you know what, I'm going to have this aspect, I'm going to add a little bit of this, and then I'm going to let that go.
Yeah.
And we kind of just, you know, we kind of just make it our own. We don't play by the rules
Yeah.
of society is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
oysters and strawberries, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Can we swim with otters finally if Natasha comes
If
out?
Natasha comes, we can swim with otters. Yeah.
Okay, well,
So that'll be more pressure for her to come out and visit.
Yeah.
yeah.
That'll get some outside pressures. Yeah, they're really cute. They're southeastern river otters, and they don't hold their breath for very long because they don't need to because it's a river. And so when they come in, they give little gasps of air.
Do they spit pretzels in
They do
your
not spray pretzels in the air, but they have the world's softest paws.
That's
Their
hilarious.
paws, it's like butter.
Damn.
It's the most cutest, most adorable thing. And they have really short attention spans. So they're just like, what's this? This is new. And so they'll come over, they're all curious, and they breathe like that. And it's the most cutest thing ever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see Brandon staying in there until he's like all wrinkly.
Yeah, I mean, they also have, it's a nonprofit that's called Nurtured by Nature. And so they take a lot of rescues and things like that. So they've got kangaroos, porcupines, sloths, they have everything, armadillos. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm going to go there in May if you want to come.
We'll see.
You won't be able to swim, but you can come hang out with otters.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come I didn't get invited?
All right, you can come.
I'm okay.
No, you take Brandon.
I'm just
Brandon
kidding.
needs
No, I'm
more.
just kidding.
Brandon needs more otter therapy than I do.
That's otter therapy.
No, I'm good.
Otter essence.
Yeah, yeah.
The essence of
You
otter.
want the essence of otter on you?
No, thank you.
I can see Brandon taking an otter and like rubbing it
Yeah.
all over.
Well, they
his
smell
neck.
like fish, and they smell terrible. So
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah, a lot of
Do
people
they-
don't realize that.
Do they make up for with their little soft buttery
They make up for
hands?
that with their little soft hands. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about our first free balling episode?
I liked it. It was fun.
Good.
It flowed really well.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realize how much I had missed just
Mm-hmm.
hanging out with you guys and laughing and being goofy and
It's a good time.
Yeah, I am really glad though, Brandon, that you can maybe rest easy now with the fish and chips because you know
Somebody
what-
somewhere understands you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I also
but-
had
but you
someone
know
else,
what-
but they told me the right answer anyways.
Oh,
So-
so you already knew the answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So this was more of a test for Natasha.
No, this is just what you guys are curious for it.
What?
Curiosity for it. Whatever.
Who would be curious about this?
I
am
never
curious
once were.
about
I never was
Never
once.
even crossed my
Well,
mind.
you
Never
guys
in a
are
million
just-
years did I wonder about the chips and fish
Yeah.
and chips.
Well,
Yeah, I'm just saying,
just
Brandon.
gotta think outside the box.
I guess so.
Okay, well, I think that you should rest easy that the fish and chip mystery is solved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, oysters and strawberries.
Oysters and strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, we will be back on
Friday. No, Monday.
next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, to me, it was fun. It was
Natasha
fun.
just messaged me. She says, "I bloody love your family."
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yep. Yep. Don't die disco on everything.
Yes, if you want to, thank you, Natasha. We love you too. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us. Brandon is Don't Die Disco on all platforms. I am Gray Hair and Tattoos. Robert is on Instagram, Robert Pike, and on TikTok and YouTube as Sherbert. So until next time, we love you. Be happy, and we'll talk at you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.